Hey everyone, my name is Tyler, and today we are going to be starting a brand new what if, and this what if is what if Vegeta was the legendary Super Saiyan. Now this is going to be similar to that of my what if Goku was the legendary Super Saiyan, and that he's actually going to transform into it rather than being born naturally into the legendary Super Saiyan and, being born with the power level of 10,000, etc, etc. We're just going to go with the transformation. So, with that being said everyone, there's really nothing else I have to say, so let's get right into it.
Hey, collecting rings like a Sonic. Bitches wanna party. My wrist getting heavy, so got 'em on a diet, yeah. Flex like I'm Hogan. Yo, bitch coming over. Yeah, we respect.
We start our story off with Vegeta coming to the understanding that he cannot defeat Frieza, even with his newfound Zenkai boost. Vegeta begins to cry like in canon, however, unlike the canonical version, Vegeta gets pissed off and frustrated at the fact that he cannot beat Frieza, and this frustration further turns into rage and anger. This rage and anger would push him over the edge, and he eventually lets out all the anger in his body, which would form a crater around him, along with lightning bolts and a powerful gust of wind that blows everyone back watching, so basically Gohan, Piccolo, and Krillin. Vegeta would let out one more shout, which would make a huge green flash of light, and when the light fades away, we see Vegeta with green hair and no pupils, and a lot more buffer. Vegeta would stand in silence, slowly turning to the group that just got done recovering from Vegeta's power-up. "Get out," is all he would say to them. Piccolo, hearing this, grabs Krillin and Gohan and rushes out the area immediately. Piccolo knew just by sensing his ki that Vegeta is seemingly a completely different person now. The only explanation he can get from this isn't even from himself, it's Gohan. He would tell Piccolo that he must have went into that state that he was talking about, the Super Saiyan state. As they are flying away, they would be met by Goku, who was actually on his way to go and help them, and he would question if this powerful energy that came out of nowhere was Vegeta, and at that point, they would then confirm that it is in fact Vegeta. As Goku and the other fighters are talking about Vegeta's power, we would cut back to Vegeta and Frieza staring each other down as to see who was going to strike first, when all of a sudden Vegeta would then blitz towards Frieza, completely blitzing him and completely just outspeeding him unexpectedly and punching him right in the face. Frieza is sent flying, however, before he can crash into a nearby mountain, Vegeta would fly and intercept Frieza before he can crash, and he would then fire a Gallic gun atomizing Frieza. While atomizing Frieza, his Gallic gun nearly destroyed the entire planet. However, he managed to drain himself before his attack could actually fully puncture Namek's core. However, he now has about 5 minutes to get off the world. This fatigued Vegeta uses all of his power in hopes of finding a ship, which he luckily manages to find. At that point, he already knows how to work a spaceship, so he's just going to go and fly away and dip away from everyone since he doesn't really need the Z fighters. He just turned into the legendary Super Saiyan and killed Frieza. What does he need Goku, Piccolo, Gohan, and Krillin for? The next time he's going to see him, he's going to try and kill him. So at that point, his ship would then be sent away, and Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan and Krillin see the ship go away. Knowing that Vegeta ditched them, they are now questioning as to where are they gonna go now, because they have no way of getting off this world. They can't find any spaceships. As they say this, Porunga would be summoned thanks to the Earth Dragon Balls, and the people who were killed by Frieza and his forces would come back, and everyone on Namek would be teleported back to Earth. Now this portion of the story happens similar to the canon version, only this time Goku is present, and Goku is the one asking about Vegeta's whereabouts to Shenron rather than Gohan asking about Goku's whereabouts. He would say how he's still alive, and Shenron would disperse right after that, and Piccolo would then say to the Z fighters that Vegeta would be back soon definitely, since he would want revenge after what Goku did to him, and also because Vegeta now has a power that outclasses Goku and everyone else on Earth by a wide margin. Goku agrees, and he doesn't really know what to do when all of a sudden Kami would then speak through their minds, and by there I mean Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, and Goku, and would tell the four of them to report to the lookout immediately. The gang head to the lookout in a very short amount of time, and when they arrive, Kami would tell them that they don't really know when Vegeta could arrive. He could come any moment, and they need to get real strong real fast. Popo would then come in and explain to the four of them about the hyperbolic time chamber and how they can get all the training they need done in a significantly shorter amount of time. However, only 2 people can go in, and you can only use this 2 times. Goku would then want to go in first, and Piccolo would also like to go. However, I'm going to say here Goku is going to take in Gohan, similar to that of his Cell Saga counterpart. At that point, Goku would then apologize to Piccolo because he really does want to train with Gohan, and that if they do use their second day, he can train with him. Piccolo at that point would accept it and just wait for the father-son duo to emerge. At that point, Gohan and Goku are now in the hyperbolic time chamber, and they have a lot to do. Goku needs to achieve this Super Saiyan power if he's going to have any chance against Vegeta, because the Kaioken is not going to cut it. And Gohan would actually join Goku's journey in becoming Super Saiyan, though it's a little bit harder for him than Goku because he is not as close as becoming a Super Saiyan as his father. During their training, I do feel like Goku and Gohan would both unlock Grade 1 SSJ and master it a little bit to the point where they can go SSJ just by powering up. When I mean by mastering Super Saiyan Grade 1, I don't mean that they're gonna get Grade 4. They're just gonna master Super Saiyan Grade 1. Along with this, I feel like Goku and Gohan would discover the Grade 2 form. However, it would more so be Goku discovering it and Gohan kind of spectating. Goku would be in Grade 2 for a few moments before then collapsing to the ground. Gohan runs to Goku making sure he is okay and Goku is fine. However, he knows that this form of Super Saiyan is definitely something they shouldn't keep. They need to find something less draining and easier to control. Now with this, they would have about 5 hours left of training, and I feel like during this time they would just try their best to find a form that's better than Grade 2, and they don't manage to find Grade 4 just yet. However, Goku is able to somewhat utilize Grade 2 a lot better than what he did earlier, but it simply is not enough, and they both know that they need a mastered Super Saiyan form. At that point, their time would be up, and Piccolo and Krillin are up, and their training isn't nearly as complex or lengthy as Goku and Gohan's training because they don't need to discover some sort of legendary form, and the two of them would just train intensely until their time is up. Now, Goku and Gohan at this point are the two strongest, with Piccolo following right behind, being relative to that of SSJ Grade 1 Goku and Gohan. And Krillin would be somewhat relative with base Goku, though I'd put him just right under base Goku. Now, what's similar to the Cell games but different at the same time is Gohan and Goku's power. They would be relative, however the only thing that would be different is that they're actually just equal in power rather than Gohan being above Goku right now. I'm mainly talking about SSJ Grade 1 specifically, and easily who's on top of the food chain if you guys are wondering. Well, it's definitely SSJ Grade 2 Goku. Now, as this is going down, we see a fatigued Vegeta on the floor of his spaceship, resting while floating through space. As the ship is drifting, it would be met by an incoming high-speed meteor that sends Vegeta's ship along with himself on a nearby planet. Vegeta thinks he's dead, but when he wakes up, he would see a bunch of Yardratians coming in to his rescue and regenerating his wounds. Vegeta would wake up and see these people healing him, and out of natural instinct from waking up and seeing random people near him, decides to let out a huge shockwave that sends the Yardratians flying. At that point, we would then see a giant Yardrat come to Vegeta's way and would wonder as to how he crash landed on this planet. Vegeta would explain that he didn't mean to do it and it was the meteor. At that point, the Yardratian would then tell Vegeta about this technique he could use that would basically allow him to teleport wherever he needs to go by, and he wouldn't need to worry about this ship. And he would then show off the technique himself. Everyone knows what this is. This is the instant transmission, and Vegeta asks him immediately for the key to that power, and the man would then say he can access it through his training. Vegeta at that point, knowing he has nowhere else to go and he's kind of desperate for revenge right now, decides to train. The Yardratian would start by introducing himself as Paibara, and Vegeta would then introduce himself to Paibara, and the two would then begin their training. Now, as that is going down, Goku and Gohan and Piccolo and Krillin would just kind of be standing there after the results of the time chamber, and at that point, Kami would suggest to them that they should probably go in for an extra day, and Goku and Gohan and Piccolo and Krillin actually agree with this because they aren't even close to the likes of Vegeta, even when Goku's in his Grade 2 state. At that point, Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, and Krillin decide to go in for a second day. However, this time I'm going to have Goku and Gohan going again. Now, I know Piccolo was promised by Goku, however, Goku and Gohan need to try and master Super Saiyan, and Goku needs a Super Saiyan sparring partner. Piccolo understands, and he says don't worry about it, and he and Krillin can just go in again. At that point, Krillin would be scared, and he would then say, "Not again," as we would then get Goku and Gohan going into the time chamber once again. Now, this time, Goku and Gohan are both in Grade 1, and in the canon timeline, Goku only had Grade 1, while Gohan didn't didn't even have Super Saiyan, and they still mastered Super Saiyan. So logically, Goku and Gohan should master Super Saiyan a lot earlier, and they should be stronger than their Cell Saga counterparts, due to Gohan already having Super Saiyan, so they can just basically get extra training. Because remember, Goku spent some of the training time, or like a pretty decent amount of time, basically dedicated to just get Gohan to get Super Saiyan. So without that learning curve being in the way, we can just get Goku and Gohan training intensely just for 1 year straight. And Piccolo and Krillin would go in, they would do their training, and Krillin would just get boloed most of the time, but that would result into him becoming a lot more powerful. Not a lot more powerful than Piccolo, Gohan, or Goku, but still powerful in his own right. And Piccolo as well has increased in power. However, he is not even near the likes of full-powered Gohan and Goku. I would say if I wanted to give Piccolo, the benefit of the doubt, maybe Piccolo can be around grade 2 Goku, but yeah, that's all I'm going to say for now. Piccolo is going to be around grade 2 Goku, and Goku and Gohan will be on top of the food chain. So at that point, Goku and Gohan and Piccolo and Krillin are all really done with their hyperbolic time chamber training because they can't really do it anymore. And at that point, Kami would then say that if they're ready to try and combat Vegeta, Goku would smirk and he would then say, to be honest, this power is not like Vegeta's. This power feels a lot different. It feels a lot different from when I sensed his ki. However, I feel like we've increased in power so much that we might be able to defeat him. Piccolo would then say, I wouldn't be so sure about that, Goku. He could have potentially gotten a lot more powerful due to his fight with Frieza. And at that point, Goku and Gohan and Krillin get a little bit scared. And Goku would then say, maybe you're right, Piccolo. And as Goku says this, Goku, Piccolo, Krillin, and Gohan decide to all just train with each other on the lookout occasionally from time to time, and they're basically going back to their normal lives. However, Goku and Gohan, when they do train intensely, they do train intensely, and when Piccolo and Krillin train intensely, they train intensely. A little bit of time would pass by, and it would be Vegeta completing Pai Bar's training. At that point, Vegeta would then place his 2 fingers onto his forehead, which would be, using the instant transmission technique, and he would thank Pai Bar for all the techniques he taught him. At that point, he then teleports to Earth, and he would then power up. Piccolo, Krillin, Gohan, and Goku immediately sense this going down. Also, during this time, the Z Fighters that were dead in the Saiyan Saga would be revived as well, so they would sense it too. And at that point, the Z Fighters would then head to that area because they recognize that key. Goku would then say, Vegeta, as he then flies off to Vegeta. And this is where we're going to be leaving things for right now. Now, what did you guys think about this? What if? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Let me know down in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you are notified and updated every time I upload. And be sure to go follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tyler, and thank you guys for watching once again. I'm going to get up out of here. Peace out. Thank you.